So today, I'm going to talk about, I can't stand the fact that that camera is so low over there, but we'll deal with it. What are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 20 billion reasons why communism and socialism does not work. Alright, first of all, there were literally zero regulations on industry fields. And the government wanted to do it. They're kind of like a spoiled brat. They could. There's nothing stopping them. And so they just do it. Kind of like Chernobyl. Zero regulations. They just decided to build a power plant with no, like, anything regulating them, and they blew up. And they're just, billions of people died from radiation poisoning. Land is not, you can't live on it to this day. So they just have zero regulations on industry. This goes for socialism too, because they both are like government rules all industry type things. Now, the supply and demand were off kilter. Oh, well, back up. All right. They didn't care about humanity, environment, morality, and safety when they did not put regulations up either. Trust me, they didn't give a crap about that. They wanted to do something. Alright, anyhow. The supply and demand of a company, it depends on what people are wanting, and they pay for it, and the money comes in. I mean, the products come in as they pay for it, and the price is just perfectly set so they can reinvest for more, and they don't have a surplus, and they don't have... Anyhow, with communism and socialism, that doesn't even fucking work, because it's based on taxes, so what happens is the people don't want half the shit they're paying for, and so they had warehouses just full of shit that nobody was using, because A, they didn't need it, or B, they just didn't want it, and so they just wasted tons of money that way. And so that is one problem with, it's another fucking problem with communism and socialism. Genocide, yeah, we all know genocide, but okay, but let's just be honest though. Socialist countries like Saddam Hussein had 182,000 people die in genocide. It's how did I say this? Yeah, it's pretty bad. And Pol Pot, Hitler, all pretty damn socialists. USA is pretty much the same thing that Hitler had, so that's pretty bad, but I don't think he had division of powers. Obama doesn't want division of powers anyways, so we're pretty close to it. Anyhow, minimum wage was nothing. The Chinese did not fucking pay their people anything in their wages. And child labor was a big problem in a lot of communist socialist countries. No freedom. For instance, you can't be the religion you want to be. And it's delimited. In other words, it's restricted and confined to very, very specific regulations on religion. You could not be how you wanted in terms of like business. Like if you wanted to be a lawyer, you didn't get to choose. They chose that for you. It's all fucked up, isn't it? And then if you had a creative idea, like you had an invention, you couldn't really do anything with it because there was no money in it for you anyways, and why would you pursue it anyways? And like, for instance, maybe you had a car that could drive on ceilings, you couldn't produce it, you couldn't manufacture it, you couldn't do anything with it. So there's very little innovation. And there was also very little incentive. Nobody wanted to work because they didn't have anywhere to go. It was for nothing, You get this minimum wage no matter what the fuck you do, and you're not going to go up in ranks, and there's no promise of a brighter future for you, so you're fucked, basically. And so, no incentive, and that led to depression. Like, people were very depressed, and they turned to alcohol, and there was more like abuse and corruption and immorality. A lot of the times families were very torn because children were taken away from their families very early in life, and there wasn't much significance put on the parents, you know. A mother and father's love didn't mean anything to like communist or socialist country. You'll see in the USA today, the left don't really think that they think it takes a village to raise a child still. And so what happens is, you know, daughters grow up all to be with domestic abusers, or, you know, girls that don't have, you know, a good father-mother relationship with them. They turn out prostitutes. Who knows, you know? Boys grow up all fucked up too. So family torn, you know, terrible relationships in the family. And I want to just finish this off with, basically, let's just get down to reality that socialism and communism essentially is where the government is one giant corporation. Okay? Essentially, the entire government is just one giant corporation with a dictator. But socialism, I do believe there is a parliament system, so I think it's like they separate the powers. That's what I think. I don't know for sure, but I think so. It's like a giant corporation with a parliament system running it. So yeah, it's just a giant corporation, and essentially, you know, the more you go into it, the more power you give the corporation of government. So I never thought of it that way, I'll bet. Have a great day, and I hope that you have a wonderful summer. Spring. It's springtime.